It's Sunday morning, getting ready for church, singing today in the choir. Not lead, just singing in the choir. Today's the first day of Whole30. I know my lighting's bad. I am not good at camera stuff, but I'm just feeling called to do a video diary about my situation. I'm trying to lose weight. I gained 40 pounds in 1 year after doing a massive weight loss the year prior. My job, stress, just was out of control. Lots of racism, lots of microaggressions, and I just soothed myself with food and destroyed my body, destroyed all the hard work I put into it. And now I'm having to figure out, well, what do I do differently so I don't go back into this vicious cycle of destroying my body because I'm stressed. It's not the life I want to live. I'm contemplating now, if I go through this weight loss thing, go through the exercise and the nutrition and the fasting and the juicing and, you know, all the things that got me down from a size 4 from a 14 last time. And then I end up in a shitty job again, which seems like that's where I'm headed in this new role that I got out of one bad role, but it feels like I'm walking into another bad role. And I just need to leave the company in general because it's just toxic. But at the end of the day, it's not the role, it's me. Wherever I go, there I am. So if I don't change me, I might end up going to a new company with the same bad experiences I've been having, attracting the same toxic people I'm trying to get away from, just with new faces and names. And I don't want that either. So, and I don't want to also keep self-soothing and coping with this by food. I don't want to keep living a life where I have a bad day and then I'm doing hamburgers and nachos again. Hamburgers and nachos. That is my go-to. No, donuts. Donuts, hamburgers, and nachos. That is my go-to treat. Have a bad day, go get you some nachos. Nachos with everything on it. Steak, sour cream, guacamole. I like the yellow melted cheese, not the like real cheese. I want the most bad for you nacho you can have. So yeah, there's that. Oh, I got raw almonds. So that'll be my snack, emergency snack for today. Gotta cut open ugly red delicious apple. You know, these apples are so nasty. These are the cafeteria school apples that no kid wants. Why? Because they're fucking nasty. I'm gonna take the skin off them. The skin is just gross. It's like bitter and thick. The food pantry at the church was giving out bags of groceries, and I got some, and they had these nasty ass red delicious apples. So beggars can't be choosers, right? So I got these apples. I'm gonna have to peel the skin off of them just to make it more palatable, because I'm not gonna enjoy this apple, but I'm not gonna waste it, since even my son, when I cut them up for his school lunch, he didn't even eat those apples. he likes the pink lady apples that I buy for him, but he let them stay. He didn't eat. I even made him thinly sliced like he likes them. He did not touch them apples. But so this is the leftover from his lunch. I just want different for myself. I just don't want to continue to have these bad cycles. You know, I don't want to continue to be doing this. So, yeah. Let's see. Ran into a great person in the airport in Atlanta yesterday. I just came back from the EYL mastermind, and it was just amazing meeting amazing Black people doing great things and all here to learn to better themselves. And I think it was about 100, it felt like 150 of us in the room. It was predominantly Black men. I hadn't been in a space like that where it's predominantly Black men. I'm usually in spaces where it's predominantly women or predominantly Black women. So that was a nice experience to be around a lot of brilliant young Black men, or not young, but like they're my peers, middle aged like me. I didn't want to come back to Oakland. I did not want. I cried on the way back from the airport because I just didn't want to come back to this life. This life of a job that I hate. This place that's not mine, things need to be fixed everywhere. To an empty home. To a place where family ain't family. To just dysfunction. My mother is just in this place of mental decline, and she has destroyed her home and burned through all her money. And now me and my sister and my younger brother trying to figure out what we're going to do with her, because she can no longer stay in the place that she's in, and the house is not habitable, and there's no money to get her out of that situation immediately. And everyone's looking at me to fix it, and I don't have the answers. I don't have the money, and I don't have the answers. I don't have the resources. I don't have the energy. And I'm just so unhappy. I'm just unhappy with my life right now. Like, I'm fighting to make it better. Like, the spark of joy that kicked off my year for 2025 is the investment I made in Ghana, and I knew that if I didn't invest in myself for once, all of my hard work and savings was going to end up going to my mother's dysfunction. Like the past, when my parents have asked me to help them and I get nothing in return. So I think I subconsciously wanted to just park my money somewhere else. So I was like, you can't have it now. I put it somewhere else for me. So ain't nothing to get. But I'd look at my pictures and I said, man, I got so fat. Because I just been pushing through a lot of pain and just stuffing it down with food. Went through a breakup in September. We were pretty serious. We were trying to have a kid. and it wasn't successful, obviously, and part of it feels like that was my only chance to get married again. That was my only chance to have a kid at my ripe old age of 44. And when that opportunity left, it just like killed my hope of love, killed my hope of giving my son a sibling, killed my hope of meeting someone here in California, and I come back home feeling like this is the place where I'm invisible. Like, I go to the East Coast, I go to the South, they see me, they appreciate me, they welcome me. I mean, people were just impressed by the questions I was asking at the workshops. And it's like, I'm just being me, but here when I ask those same type of questions in the workspace, I'm combative. I'm challenging authority. I'm being extra problematic. I'm a threat. You know, tired of being the only Black person in the room, the only Black person anywhere. I'm tired of having to fight for my existence. I've only been here this long because my mom needs help. And I can't help her. She doesn't want the help. So, I'm trying to work with my sister and my brother and figure out how we're gonna help her. You know, how we're gonna get her to a safer place. And it's just a lot. You know, for so long I've been put in this position of fixing everything for everybody else while my life falls apart. And I'm tired and I can't do it anymore. So part of like changing, stuffing my emotions with food is having to feel the feelings and having to get real honest about how I feel and deal with the pain as it comes up versus just eating a hamburger, buying some nachos, or getting some donuts from my favorite donut place, getting a margarita with my favorite tequila, you know, stuffing down my emotions with substances like sugar and alcohol. How about alcohol and the sugar in a perfect cocktail? All those things. So I am gonna play Superwoman one last time, but not for anyone else, but for myself. I am going to put on my cape to save myself and get myself out of this vicious cycle, this sad situation, so that I can be whole again, I can be happy, and I can thrive, and I have to upheave everything. And I don't know what that looks like, but I know this ain't it. This ain't it. I never felt such a looming dread. I just didn't know. I didn't know how unhappy I was until I started to head towards the airport and dreaded coming back to Oakland. And I remember I met one woman from the Bay who lived in Houston. She said, "You're in Oakland?" She said, "My dad's in Oakland." She's like, "What are you doing? What are they doing out there? Why are you there? Get out of there." And it just hit my heart in a different way because she knew. She's like, "Girl, don't stay there. That place ain't for you." And I've been making a lot of sacrifices for other people, not for myself. So, yeah. So day one, Whole30 egg bites. I made those in advance. Apple, almonds, and I think Whole30 approved beef jerky, and that's gonna get me through choir until I can have my soup that I've already made a while ago. That's Whole30 compliant. My chicken soup. I have a chicken soup and a beef stew. So I have my favorite Zen green tea versus coffee this morning, and I'm gonna get dressed and head to church. I'm gonna give my pain and suffering to God, and we're gonna walk this journey of transformation together. And I'm calling on the future self that has already passed all of this to step in and help me get out of this and turn it around, because I want to get back to my pretty self. I know I'm pretty fat, but I want to be pretty. Even in this big, I think I'm like 185 pounds right now. This is the biggest I've ever been in my life. I still see my beauty. I just want to feel good in my body and in my skin. And yeah, men are still attracted to even this big self, but I just want to feel confident in knowing my body's at the best place it could possibly be versus feeling like I'm in the worst place I could possibly be. So, here's to day one. Let's see how it goes.